This is Travel Tip Tuesday by Wild Spirit Travel, where every week a Wild Spirit traveler shares an important travel smart strategy. I am Shyla, international travel expert. Yesterday was Labor Day in America. For me, this always marks the official end of summer. As such, my mind is on the end of summer vacation or any trip, because sadly, travels do come to an end. Sure, some trips last longer than others. My husband Dan and I traveled around the world for 7 years. But at some point, we were faced with the return to the States and coming home. So when returning home, you should think about that actually before traveling. One concern with coming home to America is what you can actually bring back with you. There are restrictions. Many travelers are aware of restrictions on bringing in items like alcohol or cigarettes. Now, it's not so much that you are not allowed to bring them back, it's as to how much you can bring back with you and whether you need to pay tax on them or not. In the States, there's a duty-free allowance on some items, which means you can bring them in without paying taxes. However, if you bring in more than the duty-free allowance, then you're going to have to pay. Now, these allowances change over time and actually vary based on the country you traveled in and how long you were out of the States. So it is good to check at the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website, which is www.cbp.gov. We give this website link in our book, Before You Go Abroad Handbook. But that's not the only thing we discuss in this book when it comes to returning home. We also discuss the fact that you need to know what things that you might be fined for when bringing back to the States. And one of those items is food. These can result in some pretty hefty fines if you bring in the wrong items. Now, I have landed at numerous U.S. airports where there have been sniffer dogs at baggage claim. If you're ever wondering what they're smelling for, it's fruits and vegetables that are restricted. So one time, I was at Seattle International Airport when a sniffer dog got very interested in me and my bag. The customs officials asked me several times if I had fruit, and although I said no, the dog was convinced I did. So they pulled me aside to search all of my stuff. I explained to them that I had taken a banana on the flight, but I'd eaten it en route, leaving the peel on the plane. They told me that this was smart, but because if I had entered the airport with the banana, even just the peel, I would be in trouble and may have been fined. So that is what the dog was smelling on me, and it was a hassle, but at least I didn't have to pay anything. So the main foods that are restricted are fruits, vegetables, and some meat products. I was surprised recently, though, to find out it's not all meat products. A friend from Scotland visited me, and she wanted to know if she could bring in some smoked salmon. I was not sure, so I did the research and found out she could. That was lucky for me, as she gave me the salmon for staying with me, and it was delicious. Now, if you find a delectable treat when traveling and you want to bring it back with you, it's good to actually be aware of the regulations before you go, so you know if it's wise to do it or not. And simply, it's not always obvious. For instance, tea with orange peel, now that's restricted as a fruit. So, to avoid hassles, having food confiscated at customs, and even risk possible fines, check this great resource that not many travelers know about, but it is in our book, and it's the Don't Pack a Pest website. Now, it lists the allowed and banned food and cultural products. The website address is www.don'tpackapest.com/travel-guidelines. I will put this web link in the comments for this video on Facebook and in the YouTube description. If you found this travel tip video useful, please like and share. And if you have ever gone afoul with customs on entering a country and had food confiscated or some other horror story with that, Share that story with us. We love to hear what happens to other travelers when they go abroad and when they come home. Now you can do this on our Wild Spirit Travelers Facebook group. It is a great place to interact with other travelers and to share your experiences. To see other Travel Smart Strategy videos, go to the Wild Spirit Travel YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe to that. Happy travels and happy returns too.